England have done it, people. England are in the final. Gareth Southgate, fair play. I've got some people to join me. We thought we'd go straight into it. Talk about the game, and there's nowhere else to start other than with just Joe. Joe, you backed him, you stuck by him. Everybody was giving it to you, saying, why on earth would you get behind this manager? Myself included, quite a few. And listen, he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't got us across the line. But fair play tonight. I don't think there's anybody that watched that game that cannot give the team and the manager credit, particularly the substitutions. The way that we played, it was actually creative for once. It was attack-minded for once. It was good to watch for once. And I thought straight away we come out on the bounce. I thought we were very, very impressive straight away. I started to look at the individual performances. What did you make of it, Joe? Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Sorry for being I'm that giddy. You see, I couldn't go straight to bed, so me and the dog are on a late night walk. This is why I'm out stomping the streets because I need to calm down a little bit. But yeah, honestly, no, it's Billy, mate. Billy Bremner, mate. It's Billy Bremner. So honestly, I'm absolutely buzzing. Like you said, I don't think he didn't miss a step tonight. I thought the first half was exceptional. I thought it was best we've played. We dominated them. Like I said, on another day, Foden hits the crossbar. Obviously, there's that great movement he does in the box, which Dumfries clears off the line. We could have had a couple more, and that might have been game, set, and match. Now, obviously, second half, it wasn't great, and it very much reverted back to Southgate ball, if you like, the natural kind of thing. But what really frustrates me and why I feel like I have to defend him more is because he doesn't look. I was sat on here the other day and Errol, and he's not here to back him up, but was not giving him credit for like picking the penalty takers. And then tonight in our group chat, he's got lucky again. I'm like, how and why? And I just don't understand it. He got everything right tonight. Down to the changes. Like say 10 minutes to go, he makes a double change and them two players combine and get us to the final. I think, is it the first time it's the first time we've been in a European final outside of home soil. So that's another record he's broke. He's got back-to-back European finals. Again, another record that he's broke. And look, everyone now, the natural thing is, well, Spain are going to batter you. But it's a one-off game and experience counts for a lot. And this group of players and this manager have been there before. Now, I get Lamine Yamal and all that, but he's 16. Pressure can do dangerous things. Whereas this group have gone behind on numerous occasions now throughout this tournament. And look, it hasn't been great. And everyone will go, oh, easy rule. Oh, you got the... Right, okay, it's not our fault that France didn't top their group. It's not our fault that everyone else didn't top their group and we did, right? Yeah, we were shit in the group. I'm not trying to defend the style of play or anything like that. But if we look at knockout football, which Gareth Southgate's good at, I'm not sat here saying I want him as my manager. I'm not saying he should be, club manager. That's not what I'm saying. But when we look at knockout football, in that first game, we're all screaming for changes. He kept them on. Who's the two players that score? Bellingham and Kane. The second game, we go behind against Switzerland. He makes 3 changes. Within 5 minutes, we're back on one apiece. We get to the penalties. The way that we dealt with them penalties, even just down to the mentality side of it, how each player has their own little buddy that goes and walks them and meets them and all this sort of vibe that's gone into it, that there can't be overshadowed. You've got to give him credit for that. And then tonight, like I say, it was our best performance. This is the funniest thing. We're in the final and we've played well once. But we're in the tonight. Sorry, there's other people walking. They're probably thinking, what the fuck's this guy on about? But tonight he makes 2 changes with 10 minutes left to go. And them 2 players combine. And you know what made me laugh as well? If you remember, this is why when people aren't watching the games and that, and they're making just crazy statements, it really pisses me off because I was told by Billy, and everyone knows he'll bring Tony on. And I was like, what are you on about? He didn't against Denmark. It depends on the opponent. Previously, he's brought on Tony. Tonight, everyone could see Watkins is the man. Watkins is what we need on. Watkins came on and did the damage. I had people on my stream coming in going, oh my God, this is boring at half time. I went, you've not been watching. You're just going along with the common narrative and just thinking because we're drawing, it must have been boring. It wasn't boring. That first half was far from boring. It was very good. I enjoyed it. And listen, again, I just feel like I need to defend him more so because he doesn't get the credit he deserves. He does not get the credit he deserves. And he's got us to another European final, man. And on Sunday, who knows, man? And if we win it, then, I can settle and be like, you know what? I've seen my nation win a major trophy in my lifetime. That's all I want to do. That is all I want to do. And then I can go, do you know what? Thank you, Southgate. If you want more expansive football, people go get it. But Southgate's won me a trophy. Happy days. And that's all. Yeah,
take him in lead,
Gareth Southgate. He's the one.
Would you take him at Leeds?
This is the thing. No, I wouldn't at all. No, not at all, mate. I think people get it misconstrued. I'm not saying that he's a master tactician and therefore deserves top jobs. He's very good at what he does in terms of look at Deschamps, for example. They all want him gone in France. They all want him gone. They've moaned and bitched, but he's won a World Cup. It'll be the same.
And
yeah, exactly. They all want them gone. But yeah, tournament football's a totally different kettle of fish. Yeah, exactly. So it's a totally different kettle of fish, and we're in another final. Like, it's crazy, man. So happy days, and on we march. And if we win Sunday, my God, I've got so many bookmarks, so many people giving shit to me. Them receipts will be cashed in. We'll do
it. Yeah. Listen, he's got to get across the line, and trust me, when that happens, I'll shut my mouth. Everyone else will shut their mouth on anything they've said about
Dan,
him.
You're ruined, man, because Southgate's going to win, and then Arsenal are going to win Premier League, and you'll be like, oh no.
Fuck off, Joe. Fuck off. You ruined it. You ruined it.
Mate, if that happens, then I will be the happiest man. This will be a great year. And Dan United, let me come to you next because I want to talk about this lad here that's been commented on. Kobe Mainu, mate, I've got to say, 19 years old, I've been very, very impressed. Not just in a Man United shirt, but in the England games in the last 2 days, I think he's been a shine out performance. I think he's been
better than Rice this tournament, Potts. He's been better than Rice.
I thought Rice had a bit of a stinker today. Actually, Mainu I thought was real. I think he's been brilliant, man. Rice has had a couple of good games as well, but Mainu's not really been in the team long enough to look at him to have a better tournament, etc. But he has definitely, for me anyway, I think the last 2 games have been one of our best players, if not the. I thought he was incredibly comfortable, man. And Dan, I know you're a fan, obviously being a United fan, but you must be proud seeing a 19-year-old walk into that team and absolutely control the midfield. I thought he was exceptional again, man. I've got to say it.
It's mad because we're seeing so much on social media about Lamal, and Lamal, that strike and what he's done at 16 is incredible. But I've watched Mainu do this all season for United. I've watched Mainu be the player to pick the ball up and look forwards and be forward thinking, and also tonight look at the things he cut out as well. He was just absolutely exceptional. That kid is nowhere near where he's going to be, and I think start of the tournament, we all know Trent in the midfield, it didn't work, and that wasn't a thing on Trent. Trent's a right back. Yes, okay, with the way inverted fullbacks play now, they can come into the midfield, and that's what we see him do at Liverpool. But to play in midfield in a tournament, you can't do it. And so when Mainu come into it, I knew what he could do. I knew that he wasn't going to be bothered about the occasion. FA Cup final, he was incredible against City, against Rodri, against Foden. But tonight, I know you said that Rice wasn't as great tonight. What I saw tonight, Mainu, Rice and Foden, the passing between them, the movement between them was just phenomenal. And it really annoys me. And there are lads in our chat that are guilty of this. I've been guilty when it's been bad of it, but you have to give Southgate his flowers tonight. He got it spot on. Mm-hmm. Take away the head, take away the agenda. He got it spot on. The first half, we were electric. Absolutely electric. Second half, we started to lose. Do you know what? Actually, second half, apart from those couple of shots, we still had a lot of the ball. We were just missing that impetus there. And the subs he made, I'll be honest with you, me and the wife, she's out of camera shot. We were like, Foden, why? What are you doing? But it was spot on. And actually, I tell you what, a final's a final. I remember us against Italy in 2021. We were favourites. Everyone thought we were going to dominate them. Anything can happen. And I tell you what, that the character these boys are showing, there is that we're not out of it attitude. So many times we've seen England in major tournaments go a goal down and crumble. They didn't tonight. They just got on with what they needed to do. I was so proud of each and every one of them. And actually, I tell you what, LB had a bit of a nibble at me on our chat. I thought Luke Shaw coming on, brilliant. Having a left-footed, left-sided player on the left just gave us so much more composure. And he looked, I'm not saying he tore everything up, but he looked good. So
we needed that, mate. The Trippier, that's got to stop, that Trippier thing, man.
It has to. It has to. So, and do you know something? I can't believe we're in a final, guys. Right? I never thought I'd see us get a final in my lifetime. We've now got 2 in 3 years. Unbelievable.
It is.
Do you know,
These
just to
numbers.
jump in as well, on the Shaw thing, right? This is going to be, like, obviously on Twitter and that, it's tongue-in-cheek. But let's say, for example, Shaw's ready for 90 minutes on Sunday and has an absolute barnstormer and we win it. We'll all have to go. Do you remember we were all going, what the fuck's he took Shaw for?
Yeah.
He got that right as well. Do you know what I mean?
You said something, mate, when I was on this with you last time, and it stuck with me. We have spawned our way through games. I mean, Christ, we were 8 seconds away from going out. Is anyone going to really remember that if we win this tournament? No one.
No, definitely not.
No one is. We are gonna be absolute. This will be anything. This will be, for me, Champions League wins with United, treble wins with United. This will be it all. To see my country win a major tournament, it'll be everything. Absolutely everything.
You just know as well, don't you, right? So, like, I'm walking the dog. I walk past the local pub there. They're all singing Vindaloo. Like, as soon as the final finishes, everyone will just exit their homes, go into their local towns, and it will just be pure party atmosphere. And that's the feel-good factor. Your nation winning. Well, I've never experienced it, but I can only just imagine how crazy it'll be on Sunday if we actually beat them, man. It'll be mental.
It'll be incredible. It'll be incredible, man. And like, Lawless, I'll come to you. I want you to talk me through the 3 goals, because it was a poor first goal to concede. The penalty, was it a penalty? And then the last-minute goal from Watkins. I mean, fair play, man. What do you reckon, bruv?
Yeah, I mean, look, the first goal, Declan Rice loses the ball. Lack of awareness from him, poor, but great goal. Like, Pickford got a lot of heat for that, which I think was unfair. He's got to be better. It's poor from Pickford. That is a great goal from distance. That when you look at it, what's that?
It was 120 kilometers or something like that.
Yeah,
he hit it so hard.
Comes out like that. Like, he's not ready for that. He's not expecting that. We should, Rice shouldn't be losing the ball there. In that situation, which is, it's unlike him, to be fair to, he's usually quite good at ball retention. He's just been sloppy this whole tournament. And me, when that went in, I was like not sweating, because I said on the last review we did of the quarterfinal, and I said on Guna Sof's channel, we need to go a goal down to play. And we've seen it many, many times. That's what it takes. I think it would have been a very different half had it stayed 0-0. It wouldn't have been as entertaining as it would have been. And that was just the rocket up the arse that the team needed to play, and we saw it. We saw a lot more positivity, a lot more forward passing, a lot more urgency. And that's what I wanted to see. Even Kane, for a period, he didn't do it enough for me the whole game, but for a period asserted himself. He was taking shots from outside the box. He got himself for the penalty shout. Now, in the chat, I said this. I thought people was doing way too much of going, that's so outrageous. That's ridiculous. That's one of the worst decisions ever. Like, for me, I look at it like this. It's one of them. Like, if it wasn't given, I'm not raising any eyebrows. If it's given, it's one of them ones. I personally feel like if that happened in the center circle, it gets given as a foul, because it's a high foot, studs up, clash. I think that gets given as a foul anywhere on the pitch. So if it's given outside the box as a foul, has to be the same in the box. So I think that's a fair call. But again, it's one of them ones. So yeah, personally, I ain't got no problem with that decision. I was nervous when Kane stepped up to take it.
Were you listening to the ITV coverage of it?
Yeah.
Been sick of that bloody woman they've had on going, well, VAR are looking at this because shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Just go away. what are you doing on this? Do we really need to listen to her going, the reason for this is because it's AI, isn't it? He's not real.
Yeah,
It's AI.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was
I
weird.
totally agree with you, Dan. I do. I totally agree with you.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Everyone's like acting like it's the most egregious decision of all decisions, and I'm like, relax. Like you're just doing too much for the sake of showing that you're outraged. That's all it is. That's why I said it was performative. So yeah. I think that's a fine decision. And then like the goal, Watkins, that one, mate. Like I said, fair play to Southgate, and because people were saying, what? Why ain't Tony coming on? Dan Potts. You know
that was Billy. That was Billy. To be fair, Billy was like, Tony will come on. It should be Watkins. Tony will come on. Listen, fair play to Southgate because he got out right.
Billy's a ridiculous person. I think he's AI. I genuinely
he's a meme. He's a meme, man. He's a fucking meme.
Yeah. He is. Belgium shirt, then he's Spanish. Honestly, I stand by what I said in the chat. Billy knows about as much as football as I do about the menstrual cycle in a woman. I honestly, there is not. He hasn't got a Scooby-Doo, that man. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But it's weird, like, to me. So obviously his big agenda is against Southgate, right? And he can't support England while Southgate's the manager. If it was another manager, he would support me. It's so weird. It's like me with Moyes. I wanted Moyes out, but not at the expense of my team. I weren't going to sit there and not give Moyes credit when he did something that helped us win a game. Like if he made a substitution or he go in lineup, cool, fair play. The manager got it right. Like that's what normal football fans do. Like if you're real,
I agree with you, and I think it's weird when you don't like a manager. Like I don't like Southgate particularly. I've made that quite clear. But I want England to win, right? And Billy's just kind of wrote that off now. He's like, I can't watch England now because of the manager. Like, yeah, you can watch England, bro. Like, you can watch them. You just don't like the manager. That's fine. But like, I think you said it, Joe, when you were on last time with him. Must have been last tournament or last time we spoke about England. I remember you saying it was actually really funny when I watched it back. And you said something along the lines of, if we get to the final, everyone's like, oh, Billy, are you coming to the pub? No, I'm fuming, I'm fuming.
It's just like...
It's true, though. But no, Lawless is bang on, though. You can't... Like, I hated Jesse Marsh, but I never wanted my team to lose. Do you know what I mean? I just knew eventually it was going to go tits up. It's like them who don't like Ten Hag. They know eventually it's going tits up, but you can't tell me they didn't celebrate the FA Cup win. Do you know what I mean? They just, look, our team's won. Lawless is bang on. You might not like him, but you can't. Yeah, that's what I don't get.
It feels personal. That's what it feels like. He has a personal issue with Southgate. Not, I don't think he's good enough to be the manager, or I don't like the style of football he plays. It's that's where you're.
Lampard, the better manager than him as well, Lawless.
Yeah. Lampard will be better. Like
I can't stand Lampard. Sorry, I cannot stand Lampard.
Yeah, it's just that's what I'm saying. It's all a bit mad, but that's what I'm saying. It comes across like personal, like Southgate has done.
You don't think no, Lawless, like with Billy, and I love Billy. I got a lot of time for Billy. I think he's class act, and I think he's hilarious. But with Bill, when it's Villa, he is. Everything's Villa. I'll get behind it. I'll do whatever I can. Conte's world class. I think it's fine that we sold Luiz, even though I think he's 120 million. It's fine that we sold him for 15. Like everything's all fine. But when it's England, it's like I don't care what they do. They've got Southgate. I just find that strange. And like
that's
I know
why we're fueled by agendas and bias. Like so, he's biased against Southgate, so he will never admit anything positive.
But I must say, Billy's not alone here. By the way, Billy's not the only one. There's a lot of people like this. That I've known. I don't really watch England because of Southgate. And listen, I'm not a huge fan. I've been pretty out of order in some of the stuff I've said about Southgate. I feel like it's justified. I feel like we would have won a tournament by now, and I stand by that with a good manager, or a better manager, should I say. But I've never sat there once and thought I can't watch England now. I don't really care. It just get me Arsenal back. I've always been club over country. I always will be, but I'm definitely patriotic. I want England to win the whole thing, man. I want them to win every game.
Especially with who we've had in the past as well. He's not been as bad as some of them. Hell, I mean, Graham Taylor, bloody Steve McClaren. Jesus Christ, he looks like Pep compared to them, doesn't he?
Hodgson, when he had Harry Kane on corners.
Oh, Hodgson,
mate. Infamous.
Yeah, man. It has been bad. And the Iceland thing, it has been bad. I think though we were very, very close to being embarrassed in the Slovakia game, like we were in the Iceland game. But obviously Jude Bellingham, who I thought was pretty poor tonight, if I'm honest. I didn't see much from Jude Bellingham. Don't know about you guys. I thought Foden was definitely, better. But Joe, let me talk to you about Harry Kane, because you mentioned there, Lawless, Harry Kane on corners. I thought he was poor again tonight, bro. I think he's had a terrible tournament. I see him, he's pretty much at centre back or defensive midfield every time I see him. He's trying to cross balls in. I'm thinking, where is he? I mean, obviously he's going to start, but a lot of people are calling for Tony or Watkins to start now. Like, what do you make of it all, bro?
Yeah, you can't. This is the thing. You can't drop him, can you? Because he's your captain. And let's be honest, he needs one moment, right? He needs one moment. He took some decent shots at Verbruggen early doors, but there was too many moments. I think maybe when Shaw crossed, and there might have been one from Saka, and he's on the edge of the box or just arriving, and you're thinking, if you're in there, then, you get on the end of him. I guess he won us the penalty as well, regardless of what you think of it. I sort of agree with Lawless. If that's anywhere else on the pitch, it'd have been given, but people are kicking off because it's agenda-driven, because then they can say, we're lucky, you're lucky, easy draws, easy penalty, you're lucky, Southgate's lucky, all that sort of stuff.
He's a goal away from being golden boot, though.
Yeah, but, yeah, bloody hell, yeah.
What, who? Kane?
Yeah,
Kane.
yeah.
This tournament?
Yeah, he scored 4, isn't he? Is it 3 or 4 he scored?
I think Danny Olmo's got it at the minute, because it's 3 goals, but almost there's loads of people on 3, but almost got more assists.
Yeah.
So if Kane gets one, then
How many
he'll win it and he'll
got?
get golden boot. One? Has Saka got one?
One. Yeah, but imagine that, Joe. Imagine that. We'd give Southgate and Kane shit all tournament.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
That is crazy,
Yeah, do you know what? He's not right. He's not right. He's got to be injured, I think. There's something not right about Kane, to be honest. And I think I was listening to something earlier, and I think Dean Ashton was talking and saying, would you ever, if you were 100% right, go to manager if it benefited a team to say, look, I don't think I'm 100% right? And he went, no, you wouldn't. Like, Kane's never going to go and say, do you know what? I don't think I'm right. But I think we can all see it's not the Kane we're used to, and we can't exactly say, oh, he's on the downward spiral, because he's just scored fucking 38 goals or something in Bundesliga this season. So he's clearly just not right for this tournament. But
then on Southgate, and that we've lavished him with praise, deservedly so. He has to see that and make the big decision, even though he's the captain and he's the face. He has to make a big decision and go, it's just not working out. Like, I'm going to start Watkins.
Do you not think, though, Wallace, I never thought he would have subbed him at all, Like,
no, that was a big...
I'm trying to think of previous tournaments.
That was a good call. Yeah, that was a good call. But I think now you go one step, and I think you see the impact that Watkins made. Even before that, he had a shot that just went wide earlier on, similar situation, turn shot. Like, he sort of done more in that short time he was on than Kane done the whole game. So it's like you go, do you know what? I'm going to make this big start Watkins, drop Kane, and Kane can come on.
That's a big call, though, Will. I think there's more chance of Billy that Konza is. This is where, though, the big calls win the trophies, right? If you want to win that trophy, sometimes you've got to make those big calls and those tough decisions.
I think you'll argue, though, Lawless, that what he did was fine and he'll do it again if he has to.
But this is going to be a much more difficult. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't get complacent because we've beaten Netherlands 2-1 and go, all right, we won that game, so I'm just going to do the same thing. You have to be proactive and not reactive, which has been Southgate's problem a lot of the time. So now Spain got to be on the A game. Can't even afford. I know I said need to go a goal down to play. Can't afford to give a goal up. You know what I mean? This is one where you'll take a tight game, that's maybe a little bit, more defensive and things like that, and maybe trying to nick it 1-0. But you've got to put your best team out there that can go and do it.
They will leave spaces, though, Lawless. Spain will leave spaces because of how far they go forward, and their wingers do. I think they'll leave spaces. I know, obviously, look, they are favourites, and quite rightly so. They've been the one team in the tournament that has been, they've been decent. They've won every game. Yeah. But I tell you, it's a final, Lawless, and as you know, look at United City FA Cup. Everyone said 3 or 4, anything can happen in a final. Anything can happen. I still remember France 98. I was convinced that Brazil were going to absolutely whop them. Ronaldo was looking incredible. France come and do them. Anything can happen in a final. And you know something? if it happens, my God, I tell you what, it is going to be it's going to be the biggest result of my lifetime. 100%. 100%.
I mean, I'd love to see it, man. I must say, I've always wanted to see a World Cup or Euros in my lifetime. That's for sure. Listen, just before we do come to a close, because I don't want to be up. Everyone's going to be up early and stuff, so I don't want to be keeping people too long. But I'll get a quick one from each of you. Joe, anything that you would like to see change in the Spain game, and how do you see this one going, brother?
I think I just hope that Shaw can give us 90 minutes. I think that would just really complete. There was so much. So I think if Shaw had played in that first half, we probably might have got another goal. There was many times where Trippier was in space. They either negated to pass to him, or when he did get it, he couldn't get it onto his right enough. So I think Shaw's key. If we can get Shaw, then that'll work wonders. Like just been said there, like they'll leave so much space Spain because of high. So we need Shaw. Because I think even as well, like Trippier's like almost scared at times to attack because he knows he's not great on that side. Whereas Shaw's just going to go right. Here we go. I'll bomb on. So Shaw's key, mate. I think
that's fair. I don't disagree with that. Lawless, yourself?
Yeah, look, I agree. Completely understand with Joe. Like Trippier, not having him at all in any. Even if Shaw's not fit enough to play a full 90 or whatever, find another solution. I don't care what we do. Even if we have to play Trent at left back, like whatever, just don't play Trippier. I want to see Jared Bowen come on as a sub, not because of this badge, but we've seen him in European finals step up. Right, we've seen what he does in European finals. That guy. And I was feeling like he could have come on and played him on the left actually today. But yeah, I hinted it earlier. Drop Kane, I would, and maybe Foden and start Palmer. Like those players, it's like we can't drop Rice, even though he's been pretty poor this tournament because there isn't really anyone better than him to come in. But apart from that, it's those.
I don't think he's been poor this tournament. I think he had a poor game.
I think overall, yeah. I think overall he hasn't been great. He's not been as bad as like I said, like Trippier or whatever. He's not been like shocking.
And he's not droppable though. He hasn't been performances have been droppable.
No, but the reason why though, Potts, is because there's no one that can come in and do any.
No, but even if there was, I don't think he's dropped. I don't think he's been shocking.
I think so. If there was someone, say Mainu was behind Rice, yeah, and we had someone else, I would drop Rice for Mainu if they were competing.
But Mainu's playing though.
No, what I said if there was someone else there and Mainu was on the bench, right, behind Rice and not playing next to him, I would drop Rice for Mainu. That's what I'm saying. That's a scenario where Rice would be droppable. It happens to be that Mainu obviously plays alongside Rice, so Rice has no natural, real strong competition that even warrants dropping him, right? But like you said, I'm not saying he's had a shocker. He's just not been great. But overall, it's just those couple of positions that I think have been weak, which has been centre forward and left back and left wing. Those are the areas where I think we can really.
Yeah, I agree with that. Our left side has been dodgy, man. Like for
I don't know how Gordon hasn't got a sniff. Like how is Gordon?
And even playing Palmer over there or something, just give it something different. Or Saka over there or Bowen, or Eze, whatever, because something ain't been right. Foden looked better tonight because he was a lot more central. I personally agree with Joe. I think if Shaw can give us a 90-minute, I'd do it. If he can't, then for me, I would personally put Trent and Saka as the two wing backs. That's what I would do if Shaw isn't fit enough. I can't see Trippier there, man. I just really can't. It's just been poor the whole time. I know he's got away with it so far, but he's had to bring him off every game because he's just been terrible. He keeps bloody starting him. So yeah, for me, that would be pretty much the only thing. Kane, I would probably.
And next time he'd be up against Yamal, wouldn't he? He'd be up against Yamal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crikey. I mean, wow, that could be a fun. I mean, I actually thought Mbappe against Jesus Navas would have been quite fun, but Mbappe's had a stinker of a tournament. And this for me, this could be the one. Yamal could absolutely destroy that side. I think he's a top player, man. This kid is special. We've just been talking about Mainu. mate, he looks good, Manu. But this kid, I mean, crikey, 16 years old. He's lighting the tournament up and he's playing for Spain and been one of their best players. It's absolutely phenomenal, man. Danny Olmo as well. I think he's been really good. And to be fair, he's one of those guys that's pretty good for Leipzig, but has been really good for the last couple of tournaments for Spain. And likewise, Nico Williams, he looks an absolute baller. And that's not to mention some of the others. They've got Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, Pedri. They've got a really good side, Spain. So I expect to see that to be a difficult opposition. Dan, any last thoughts before we do wrap up, bruv?
Before you come in, can I tell you something funny? Can I just tell you? So this is from an Arsenal fan called Sleeber Sexual 02. Rice carried Minu today. He allowed him to go and play. There you go. Sleeber
Where's this?
On Twitter.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was in the chat. Sorry.
No. That is Arsenal fan all over.
Rice had one of his poorer games, didn't he? I thought he's been pretty.
Yeah, I did. I thought
tonight.
he was poor. I don't think he's had a poor tournament though. But I thought he was poor today.
No, he hasn't. Same.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, I thought Manu was so good today, man. Like ridiculous. I thought he was so comfortable, man. He's a very good player and one that I think
they're calling him the English Shade-Off, aren't they, on Twitter? The English Shade-Off.
Okay, let's calm down.
That's what's going round. That's what
Do you know what I love about him is, did you see that interview when they were like, what is it they call Foden? What do they call him? The Manchester what? What do they call him? The Manchester...
I can't remember.
They can't remember. They said, "What do they call you?" He said, "Kobe." Love that. But on Sunday, I don't care if by some strange turn of events the wind carries it and it goes in off Southgate's fucking nose. As long as we get that win, who gives a flying fuck? England fans unite. It's coming home. Let's fucking have it.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yes.
And can I just say that anybody who thought Saka should have been dropped are just looking like absolute muppets now. That's all I'll say. Drop him for Palmer. Drop him. He's rubbish. He's no good. Wouldn't be in the stinking tournament if it wasn't for him. My star boy, man. Big up for this lad.
I think I would say probably him and maybe Guehi have probably been my standouts, I think, throughout. Do you reckon? Or is that wild? I think Bellingham's
he's been good, actually.
Little bits here and there, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Saka,
been
yeah. Saka and Mainu for me, I'd say.
Mainu's got to be in the shout, hasn't he, as well?
Gehi's a really good shout, actually. Gehi's been very good. I know he was out last game, but let's not forget how consistent he's been in every position. I've been very impressed with him, you know. Very impressed. He won't like this, but he won't be staying at Palace.
No.
I can't wait till they're all sold, you know. Get me on that show.
He was really rattled today, weren't he, D? Oh my!
It was so good.
How did they get on? How did they get on, Turkey? Did they win their semi? I don't know.
You know what? It was hilarious in the London chat. Yeah, Don and Lee done him where he was like talking about their exciting project, and it's like, wait a minute, all your players are leaving this fucking project.
Mate, if they all go, man, if Gehi, Eze, and Elise all actually leave Palace, like D is like done for. Like he was trying to say today to little Dan that they've got this new guy Kamara or something that's going to come in and be the replacement. I was just like laughing. I was like, who is this guy? We don't even know what he's about yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, you gotta love D. You gotta love D. Listen, we're gonna wrap it up there, people. Do me a favor and hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go over and follow Just Joe. I'm sure you've all subscribed already, but Just Joe puts out pretty much daily content. So make sure you go follow him. Make sure you go follow at the Lawless, and make sure you go follow United First Dan on TikTok as well. Joe, thank you so much for coming on, man. Enjoy your walk, bro.
No worries, bro. Yeah, I'm nearly home now, mate. Cheese on toast and bed now. I'm nice and calm. Southgate, you're the one. Southgate, you're the one.
Does he still turn you on, Joe?
Always, man. Always.
Love it, man. Love it. Lawless, thanks for coming on, bruv.
Yeah, mate. Anytime. Nice little surprise to have Joe and Dan on as well. So let's see. Let's hope we're all celebrating after the weekend, mate. After Sunday.
Oh, mate, I hope so. There probably won't be a show if we are going to win because we'll all be getting absolutely hammered and enjoying ourselves. But we will definitely do some form of show, that's for sure. Dan, United, pleasure as always, brother.
Thank you for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it. And let's just drink this in. Enjoy these next few days now. No negativity. Forget about the Southgate's not the one. Forget about all that. Just unite behind these boys now, and let's get this done. Simple.
Absolutely. Big up, man. Big up. Listen, big up to everybody for being here as well. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow morning bright and early at 8:30. Take it easy. Laters.
Bye-bye, folks.